move on. Mike McCarthy, I got to tell you, those replacement refs weren't that bad. Think we should bring them back. The call at the end of the Packers-Seahawks game led to the end of the replacement refs. Packers coach Mike McCarthy called the ref that made the horrible call to tell him he thought he handled the situation with class. For more, let's bring out a man that epitomizes class around the worldwide leader, Lomas Brown, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Wow,
I get the chair. Wow, I'm loving this. Thank you.
Would you have called the replacement ref if you were Mike McCarthy?
No, I wouldn't have called them. I really wouldn't have.
You're such a nice guy.
Mike McCarthy, he took the high road. He took the high road the whole time. I don't want that keep getting replayed. I don't want to bring that memory back up. That's a bad memory for me. So I want to wash that out, move on, get the guys ready for the next game, and just keep moving on. It's going to be another time when it comes back up.
Yeah, I mean, in the NFL, I mean, it's great to say it's the high road, but if Green Bay, and right now Minnesota's better than we thought, Chicago's good, if Green Bay misses the playoffs and Mike McCarthy with a roster that's loaded at the end of the year, and Ted Thompson sits there and thinks, I need a new coach. Thank you.
So if you're Mike McCarthy, you wouldn't have called the ref?
No, I wouldn't berate him, but I'm not calling to thank him.
I think it was just a gesture that he received a lot of threats.
Yeah, but you know what? Make the right call. That's America. If you're a ref, you're going to get heat.
I thought it was a nice gesture. I don't know. I mean, at this point, what's done is done.
When are you into nice gesture?
It's the new me. Since you've been gone, I've turned over a new leaf.
Apparently you have. You don't drink and you do nice gestures. Yeah, I like the old Carissa. What happened?
She'll be back at 6 o'clock. Tebow, put me in. That's exactly what Jets owner Woody Johnson might do very soon. According to ESPN New York, Rich Costantini, he said that he believes Woody would push the Jets coaches to start Tebow at quarterback. We got a rowdy crowd. They have strong feelings about this. Colin, do you have a problem with it?
Yeah, I do. I mean, okay, let's think about 3 or 4 teams in the league with meddling owners. Al Davis. Dan Snyder, Jerry Jones. How many playoff wins last 15 years? Who doesn't meddle? The Rooneys, the Krafts, the Maras. You know, in the end, meddling owner doesn't work. And I think for an owner to walk into a room and say, guys, I made my billions in this, but I'm going to start making the football calls, it creates resentment. And who do the players tune to? Who's running the organization? If I'm the tight end, the owner?
Exactly. And Mark Sanchez, I do. He's not just, Mark Sanchez isn't just a problem with the Jets. Offensively, they're vanilla.
I mean, they don't have any weapons. Their best offensive weapons out. Their best defensive weapons out.
Exactly.
But, okay, this is my thing, though. What do they have to lose at this point?
Putting
jobs?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it'd be
the locker room?
Exactly. Then I think, like Colin said, you lose the locker room.
I
know, but he's still better than Tim Tebow. I'll ride with him.
The whole point of bringing Tim Tebow there was because...
You're 4 games into the season, you're already bailing in your quarterback.
Absolutely. I am. With the performance like that, they have a problem with it. And I don't even like Tim Tebow, but I like chaos. That's one thing that's remained constant around here.
That's going to be a problem in your life.
Who doesn't love a monster truck rally? Lomas Brown, he joins us for a game of true or false. True or false, you've ever been to a monster truck rally?
False.
Well, I'm about to be true. We begin this thing with the NFL. They're allowing suspended coach Sean Payton to attend Sunday night's game against the Chargers, where Drew Brees is expected to break Johnny Unitas' record for consecutive games with a touchdown pass. Guys, true or false? Sean Payton's attending Sunday's game is a good thing. 3, 2, 1, cards up. Voice of reason, Lomas. Why false?
It's like, you know how you get a scab, you got a sore, and it starts to scab up, and you scratch it, and you reopen the wound? That's what this is like to me. Why bring him out there? You know, these guys already know they missed this guy. You could just see it. Even Joe Vitt and the GMs, too. They miss these guys. Why bring them back? Why put him in a situation where the camera's going to be on him the whole time he's in that skybox? I'm quite sure that's all they're going to talk about, Sean Payton's suspension. It's going to take away from a lot of other things. And to me, you just rehash bad feelings.
Maybe they need a distraction at 0-4.
You know, usually I would agree. I think the NFL is one of the most public companies in America. I mean, we just watch their, you know, it's a deli and you can see into the kitchen. This is the NFL. And because the Saints season is mostly done, I think there's kind of a nice quality to say, listen, if the Saints were 4-0, maybe you'd see it as manipulative. But now it's like Saints season done. Why bury him? Let him have a nice
I think they undermine their authority by letting him go. You said you weren't going to.
So you're a strict parent.
Yes, I am a strict parent. That's why I don't have any kids.
Three days ago, you were a different person. I don't know what happened.
That's what happens when you get popcorn kernels stuck in your teeth, Colin. Tony Romo was atrocious during Monday night's loss to the Bears, throwing 5 picks. Many have ripped the Cowboys quarterback, including Joe Theismann and myself. Romo, apparently, according to Joe Theismann, just isn't a very good quarterback. So true or false, Tony Romo has been getting too much criticism. 3, 2, 1, cards up. Colin Whiteford.
Monday Night Football reminds me of political debates. The next day, the overreaction is ridiculous. They've got 4 more presidential debates. Tony's got, 12 more football games. After one Monday night game last year, Michael Vick was the MVP. Now Tony Romo's a bum. Listen, Chicago's good. Chicago's a better football team than Dallas. The Cowboys' offensive line is a mess, except for, right tackle. Tony Romo's a really good player on a dysfunctional franchise.
It's like that movie I've seen over and over and over. It just keeps getting rewind. This guy is too much like a roller coaster. He's good for 2 weeks or a week, and then he's going down. And it's big plays, too. It's not just those plays that don't matter. Every play he messes up on, the fumbled snap.
Yeah.
It's just big plays, and he can't be that way.
You have to admit there's an inconsistency. One playoff win in 7 years as the quarterback of America's team.
There's no question. There's a reason he's below the elite guy.
14-13 at Jerry's World. That's not a good record.
Jay Cutler gave the Bears offensive coordinator Mike Tice the silent treatment during the spat between the two of them on the sideline. Cutler shoved lineman Jamarcus Webb in week 2. A lot of issues with him. Jay Cutler's shaky relationship with his teammates will be a downfall of the Bears. 3, 2, 1, cards up. Colin.
Oh, really? Oh, he went and yelled at a teammate. Brady yells at his coaches every weekend.
Absolutely. I have no problem with the yelling. It's the touching. It's the babying. It's the body language I don't like. I don't want to see my quarterback sitting over here when we come off the field. I want you looking me in the eye. I want this kind of contact with
Almost
you.
like
He
that
walked up
contact.
to a 350-pound brute and did this. Oh, boy, hey, whoa, hey.
But it's when he did it. It's when he did it, Colin. He did it on national TV.
Lomas.
He did it on the sideline.
18 years in the league, right?
It wouldn't happen.
Okay, have you ever had an incident like that where a quarterback broke up a locker room?
No.
I'll tell you, but I was rooting for it.
I'll tell you what, close. Boomer Esiason, when he was with the Arizona Cardinals.
Great player.
Yeah, but he walked out on us because Jake Plummer started. He walked out for a week on us, and we were hot with Boomer when he got back there. He had a lot of making up to do.
Oh,
you can believe that. He had to take care of the big fellas. I'm sorry, I had to get up. I'm sorry.
True or false, Jake Cutler's relationship will be the downfall.
The quarterback gets all the blame.
By the way, this is an offensive lineman speaking. He moves out of the way. Cutler's hammered. Despite having a glaring need for a wide receiver, the Jets decided not to sign Plaxico Burress. The 35-year-old Burress played well for the Jets last season and is an available free agent. True or false? Flex is still a good help for any NFL team. 3, 2, 1, cards up.
Wow, Colin.
Oh, hey, my bad. Randy Moss has got huge numbers this year. Ocho Cinco, big success in New England.
But what we want to do with Plexico, we want to get in the red zone and we want to plop it up there.
The Jets can't get into the red zone.
How many touchdowns did he have last year? Was it 8? I think 7 or 8 touchdowns he had. Most of them were red zone catches. They're struggling so much when they get in the red zone. They're kicking field goals. They're turning the ball over. They need a go-to person. They don't have anybody
What do they have
else.
to lose at this point?
Yeah,
More games?
You always have this, what do you have to lose at this point? The locker room, your team, the season, people get fired.
You just said you weren't worried about Jay Cutler losing the locker room.
Well, because he's a great player. He's a great player.
You don't think Plexico?
Who do the Jets have as offensive weapons?
Well, they got a bunch of B-minus receivers. Plaxico's a C-plus receiver.
And Tom Brady can make B-minus receivers or tight ends look good.
Tom
Mark
Brady
Sanchez can't do that.
Plaxico Burress is 35.
We're going to just let SportsNation decide this. Plaxico Burress will help the NFL team. I don't see what you have to lose.
You talk red zone
I'll
like
say
the
it
Jets
again.
ever get in the red zone.